This is Sideloader V, a custom Vufine to Sideloader conversion. Vufine is a simple wearable display with HDMI input which works with any kind of devices like Windows PC, Xbox or anything like that. I made this conversion to make it look slicker and also to implement my semi-transparent combiner, which lets you see the projected image as well as the physical environment. It works with the original Vufine frame and any other glasses with small amount of the 3D file modification. It uses all of the original components like display driver, battery and even HDMI cable. I've also added stronger magnifier which makes the image bigger and sharper. I've had it for some time and I've decided now is the best time to slightly upgrade it. I've made some changes to the plastic frame. I've mainly changed the shape to make it more modern looking in contrast to the older version which has a lot of sharp corners. I've also improved the FFC mounting which will make it way easier to install. The display hinge is now fully 3D printable. It uses the print in place method which doesn't require any filament pieces. You basically print the whole piece and it works straight away. It also now uses screw mounting system which makes it easier to install any glasses adapters you like. The older one had built-in glasses mount which worked mainly on the sunglasses type temples. With the development finished, let's now print the final version. In the meantime, I will be also printing the new power button, this time out of a high clear resin. I've decided that the power button should be made clear, since there is a power LED right next to it, so the power button should light up when the device is on. Here you can see more or less how it should work. There is of course no battery attached at this moment. And here is the final version of the plastic frame. This time I didn't remove any support material, to show you just how easy it is to assemble. I printed all of the pieces in one go. It took me about 40 minutes to do so. The main case, along with the display housing, now prints as one combined piece. This is to remove any need of the filament hinges. Here is how the hinge assembly works. You just snap both pieces and it's done. Hinge is fully assembled and ready to go. Now it's time to install all of the electronics. Once again, all of them come from the Vufine display. There are no AliExpress links for any of them. It's always best to install the display first. This can be done by pushing the display into the plastic frame. Make sure that the ribbon cable is sticking out just like in the video. And now gently slide the ribbon cable into the main frame. And that's basically it. The display is now installed. Now you have to connect it to the driver board. Gently lift up the ribbon cable and connect it to the main board. Make sure that it goes all the way inside and that the black latch is closed. Now you need to install the power button, as it will be impossible to do it later on. It could be helpful to do it with the pliers as this piece is really small. And now push the mainboard inside. Make sure that the power button won't fall out when doing so. And just like that, the main components are fully assembled. And now the magnifier. This one actually comes with the FLCOS display. The one used in the original Vufine display didn't have nearly enough magnification. This one actually makes the image way bigger. I don't even remember what happened to the original one. There was no space for the clips on the magnifier cover, so I will have to attach it using the old-fashioned soldering iron technique. This is a small area, so it won't be as noticeable. And now the device is pretty much finished. It of course still needs some kind of headband, so you can actually wear it on your head. And let's not forget the battery. I've actually had it removed before, since I didn't want to damage any of the cables. The battery pins are easily accessible, so it will be pretty easy to solder it back in. The battery itself acts as additional power for the display unit. As you can see, it turns on and starts blinking. This means it's waiting for the HDMI connection. The electronics cover is the easiest part to assemble yet. It just snaps into the plastic case. I don't really use regular glasses, that's why I also designed a dedicated headband. It's a modified version of my FLCOS Sideloader design. It's been customized to fit the Sideloader V perfectly. I've also changed the mounting bracket angle. This makes the combiner go directly in front of your eye, which makes a displayed image directly in center of your vision. The bracket itself uses two self-tapping screws. It's a simple and safe connection. There is no really any need for calibration, since you can adjust optical path using the display hinge. And this is what it looks like when the frame is fully assembled. Here you can see how easy it is to adjust the viewing angle. The whole assembly is perfectly fit for me, but I do understand that people have many different head shapes. The device wasn't used for a very long time, so now it's the best time to charge it. It uses a regular micro USB cable for charging. You can find the charger port right next to the micro HDMI. I will leave it for some time so it can fully charge. Now that it's fully charged, we can connect it to the computer and see how well it works. Glasses use micro HDMI for video input, so you can connect it to pretty much anything. When the light stops flashing, it means it's successfully connected. I've had to go under my desk since the cable is a bit too short. You should now be able to see that it displays the Windows 11 desktop. It's super difficult to capture it on camera since the display is very small, but since the glasses have Magnifier, you can easily see what's going on with your naked eye. The display is connected as vertical monitor. This is how original Vufine display operates. Of course, it wouldn't be an augmented reality project if there was no some kind of gyroscope. For the SteamVR support, I will be using my upcoming SteamVR core. It's fully compatible with the HadesVR software. The HadesVR software is an open source project made by Liquid CGS. It's a beautiful software project, so definitely check it out. I've removed the device from the frame for now, so you can better see what's going on. Right now the Windows desktop is mirror flipped. This of course will be fixed when using the HadesVR software. I've connected the SteamVR core board directly to my PC using the micro USB cable. It has the HadesVR software already installed, so it's being recognized by SteamVR from the get-go. Here you can see the SteamVR home program. It's basically a waiting room for when you are starting the VR apps. As you can see, the software responds to my board. The orientation is not correct right now since this board is meant to be installed directly on the frame. Also you can see that the mirror flip is now fixed. And now for the very last piece, the SteamVR core cover. It's a simple 3D printed cover which goes directly over the SteamVR core board. It's too small for any kind of clips, so it has to be glued with the soldering iron. And here is the finished device. I'm super happy how it turned out. It's very comfortable and the SteamVR is a huge deal. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching everyone and hope to see you in the next one. And as always, huge thanks to my patrons.